of us could talk to him. You do it.
I am shy.
I'll do it. You're in great hands. You're crazy.
Hey y'all, my beautiful people. Strap in, buckle up, all that good jazz, because today we are shooting straight into the stars, okay? You ever hear the word Pixar and immediately sit up a little straighter? Yeah, us too. And today we're gonna be diving into something fresh. No sequels, no spinoffs, just an original story with cosmic heart. The big question is Pixar finally back? Let's talk about their latest creation, Elio. This film had us curious straight from the jump. I mean, it centers around an 11-year-old boy named Elio who's been through some pretty heavy stuff. And, he's lost his parents and he now lives with his aunt who is a major in the Air Force. He's a quiet, introspective, and clearly craving connection and meaning. And you can feel that longing in every early scene.
Which one of these is you?
I don't know, but I think that one is you.
But then the unexpected happens. Y'all, he gets beamed up by aliens, like actual aliens. And he's mistaken for being the representative of Earth. Yeah, the Earth. So now we got this kid who is barely figuring out middle school and now has to navigate an entire intergalactic society. I mean, like, what a twist, right? But beneath the sci-fi adventure, it's really about something much more personal, finding your voice and truly being seen. And y'all, I honestly didn't think I'd get hit in the feels over a space worm. But Pixar does what Pixar does. There's even a side plot with Gordon's father who's, kind of a cosmic general himself. And y'all, I was not ready for that. Unexpectedly heartfelt. Definitely one of those moments where, I had to pretend I wasn't crying and just blink really fast. Yeah, one of those.
Let's talk about real quick the road for this movie. Like, it originally was back in about 22 it started. It had a 24 release date, but it had its fair share of production bumps, casting changes, and the strike and delays did affect it overall. But I don't think it affected the movie in itself. But man, the cast, Jonas Cabriab as Elio, he did a really good job. The emotional range was there. You felt the vulnerability really through the screen, and at a young age, I don't think that's the easiest, but he did a really good job. Also, Zoe Saldana as his aunt, she's what they call the sci-fi queen right now, really doing the thing, and she really did a good job staying grounded, fierce, and really brought that question like my career to my actual, lively duties. And that concept in itself, it can't really be noticed by a lot of people, but I think it can really be understood, especially in this type of context.
After seeing Elio, they did a good job on the movie. I mean, it's enjoyable and was one of my best 2025 Disney movie. And the animation was okay. It wasn't that bad, but it was enjoyable. Honestly, there's one part that had me questioning. Like in some Pixar movies, they tell the backstory on how they are and who they are today. But this, they didn't do it that much.
One thing I didn't expect, but I should have, I felt like this movie was really talking to the kids. It really met them where they are. It was that gentle Pixar wisdom that was woven into every scene, honestly. It's not perfect for sure. There are some slow moments. The animation style isn't my all-time fave, but the world building is stunning. As soon as he gets up into the spaceship, it's a whole new world. There were frames that I felt that were truly IMAX worthy, even though we saw this on a regular screen.
Will feel my Gordon?
Hi, Dad. I'm a bargaining chip.
What?
Now, the pacing is a slow build, but it earns its time. It helps us understand Elio, his grief, and what it means to feel alone, even in a world full of people or aliens. And that message that it takes courage to be different, to open up, and to seek connection, it really hits deep for not only kids, but, adults.
I like the way that Gordon was kind of like Elio and how they were friends. They wanted to help each other.
By the halfway point, I kept wondering how they tie it all together. And they do, with some serious emotional payoffs. Watching Elio find his confidence and own his choices. Powerful, right? Some moments even had me dabbing at the corners of my eyes. Not gonna lie, but y'all know, y'all know.
When you hear most people talk about this, a lot of people are going to talk about the vibrant and, colorfulness it had behind it. But the overall aliens and their designs, I think, deserves a little bit of kudos. Pixar went wild with these designs, totally out there, but it was fun and surprisingly fitting. The minis, I think, really enjoyed it. I don't know if we're in that obsessed or iconic like section yet. It's still kind of early, but each of them taking in their own way, of course. I'm gonna predict this is probably a top 10 contender for them, but we'll have to see how this, year pans out.
This one is definitely seeing an art rewatch rotation in this house. It's heartfelt, funny, original, and most importantly, full of hope. And with the way the world is going on, we definitely need to hone in on that. So, what y'all been waiting for? After further discussion, what do we officially give Disney's Pixar's Elio? Check the pulse.
Read his pulse. Really? Does he have a pulse?
All right, you guys, now it's your turn. Have you seen Elio yet? What did you guys think about it? Did it land the same way for you guys? Let us know. And also, do you think there's room for a sequel? There was actually a post-credit scene, or at least that's what I'm hearing in the whispers. So let us know in the comments below. We always love to hear from you guys. And as always, don't forget to tell someone you love them. We love y'all. God bless y'all. And let us go to the movies for you.
Bye.